you now. Look at you now. Margie Hall says. Buster, I need you to talk to Margie Hall Canada right now.
Yeah, let's go.
This is the best show on the fucking tour for us so far. This energy has fucked every city up since we started the first show on July 21st. And with this incredible fucking energy from the beautiful people of Montreal, I don't think that we can deem this any more of an appropriate moment other than for me to show you motherfuckers how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there, homie. Let's go! I'm feeling like I'm gonna get away, but then I'm never stop, because I'm gonna rain every day. She really wanna put me? Oh, that you never found me? Feeling like I'm getting a khaki? You never gonna stop me? Every time I come in, then I gotta sit it, then I gotta go in, then I gotta get it, then I gotta go in, then I gotta show it, then I gotta
Yo, what is going on, people? What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the O.O.C. Got Roberto and JG in the house. What's up, guys?
You say,
Salute.
guess you were at a concert.
Yeah. Yeah, last night I went to the Final Lap concert, 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, and Jeremiah, and that shit was fucking lit. Oh my God, that was so good.
Yeah,
It was, yeah, man, it was fire.
I like Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's good.
Yeah.
He was good.
But Busta's my boy.
Me too. That's who I wanted to see. I didn't really care about 50. Jeremiah was like, man, he only has that one good song. No, that's just two. The Ran and then the birthday sex song. But other than that, I wanted to see Busta. That's who I wanted to see. And he did 40 minutes. I recorded his whole 40 minutes. I'm going to be uploading that on YouTube too. But I recorded the whole 40 minutes of Busta's set. 50 came out and killed it too, though. I can't even lie. 50 did an hour and a half, and he killed it. He killed it. It was good. It was good.
Shit.
What's up?
I just watched this video with Shaq and Barkley, Charles Barkley benching in a bench competition, and Charles Barkley outbenched Shaq, man.
Oh, Charles is always like a big, fat, swole, strong guy.
Yo, my man benched 405.
That's what you call country strong right there, man.
But that's not a surprise because Barkley,
he was a beast in his day. He was a beast. Like
Barkley beat Shaq. Do you guys not forget the takedown?
I picked up and tossed him on the floor. I mean, Charles ain't nobody to mess with, man.
Yeah, Charles Barkley.
That's that.
Charles got some inner strength, man, because he don't look like he got that strength.
That's a motherfucker. I tell you that, man. But other than that, I'm gonna say this: if any of you guys get a chance to go to that concert, come into your town or whatever, make sure you go. Like, is at the point, bro. I was really considering going again tonight because he's doing another show tonight. Yeah, I was thinking about going again tonight. I was like, yo, that shit was lit. Trust me. I've seen a few concerts, and that's up there, one of the best. Black Thought was really good. The Wu-Tang was probably be third. You know, the Wu-Tang would probably be third.
All of them came. Ghost didn't come.
No, when I went to go see Wu-Tang, they all came except Math.
Okay.
Everybody was there except Math. And they're coming again in October. And I'm thinking about going again. But they're coming with Nas. I like Nas, but I'm not really like, oh my God, I got to see Nas. You know what I mean? And I seen Wu-Tang already. And if they don't come with Busta, then, if they don't come with Method, then I don't care. If Method is there, I'm going for sure. But if he's not, then we'll see. We will see. But other than that, how was you guys' week, man?
It was like the weather, man. This fucking weather's fucked up. I feel like I live in England. Fuck.
100%. We've been having some bad weather. That's why whenever there's
rain.
Yeah, whenever there's a chance for me to get out and go do something, I fly to do it because this summer has been really bad. You know what I mean? So if I get a chance to, just go hang out on a nice Saturday night or whatever, I'm going to go do that because it's just.
As you can see by my attire, I ran to go play golf today because we didn't really have any golf days. And, I had other priorities. Why I'm still wearing my golf attire is because when I came home, I had the barbecue and shit. And, working on my vacation.
Well, at least this week he didn't text me and say, "Ford, I'm going to be a little bit late because I'm golfing."
What did I tell you last time? No more night golf. No more night golf. I ain't feeding all the fucking mosquitoes in Laval. I am not dinner. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Fucking mosquitoes like mad.
Absolutely. Mar is in the house. I don't know if he's still here, but he sent something, said, if back in the day, and I'll read it. I'll put it up there while I read it. if back in the day the fire would have been that late, we still would be living in a cage. I have no idea what he meant by that,
Cave.
but if he's still, yeah, cave.
I thought
If
you
he's,
think he's referring to caveman stuff. If we didn't have fire to progress, we'd still be in a cave. I don't know.
I got you.
I don't get it.
I don't
I
know.
got
That's
you.
the only thing I could take from it.
Maybe because the logo has fire on it, I guess, and stuff like that. I have no idea. But
Let me ask you a
Basel and
question,
Zachary, how
Nzo.
you doing? Yeah, go ahead.
Those things I sent you, we can't talk about that shit on air.
Which ones?
That 2030 thing I sent you.
Yeah, you could talk about that. I just didn't put it up there because I had the stream done way before you sent it to me.
Okay.
But yeah, but we'll talk about it for sure. But then it's like,
I don't know, because that's what we were saying. You know, no one really paid mind to him when he was talking about COVID before COVID came.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I sent you a next thing to maybe back it up. I don't know why I'm getting people sending me all this propaganda shit, but it's starting to click. It's starting to click. It's starting to click.
Well, everybody that's popping in here, much appreciated. We do have a great show for you today. Got a few good topics. We may still touch on the DeSantis stuff, but something else came up that I wanted to, talk about first. But I want to say this. Last night, I went to, as you guys seen at the beginning, I went to go see Busta Rhymes and whatever. And, I was able to decide last minute and be like, you know what, I'm going to go and buy tickets. And I want to say, there was a time in my life where I couldn't do that. There was a time, this is like in my early 30s, right? I wouldn't say I was broke, but I was kind of living like the paycheck to paycheck kind of thing, right? And when you're doing that, you feel like, this is how it's always going to be. But I'm saying if I could get out of that, anybody can get out of that. So if you guys are struggling out there, you feel like, you're not making ends meet or whatever, you just got to keep pushing, keep working hard, and keep doing what you got to do, because you will get over that level. Man.
You know why everybody's feeling it also?
Go ahead.
Because content has seemed to disappear.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't content no more. Like, living beyond your means used to affect the bare minimum,
Mm-hmm.
People like me who live for today and plan for tomorrow, But now it seems like everybody's splurging. Everybody's living like way beyond their means. And the shit catches up to you. Like that fucking government check they gave everybody. I'm sure that shit caught some people off guard, and they're fucked up from it, man. Because it's already hard to live, But you're right in what you're saying, You came from down and came up. But, the struggle, don't think the struggle isn't different for everybody. Some people make it a smooth transition. Some people, they struggle for a long time. You just got to keep fighting like anything else,
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to keep fighting, because there was a time where I didn't think I could fight anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders. I couldn't get out of it. Like I said, when I went through my depression stuff, I was in a dark place as well, and I've thought about many times, you know what? Why am I living? You know what I mean? I felt that many times, but I pushed through. And I kept pushing through, and I kept pushing through. I'm going to sit here and say, hey, man, I'm this rich guy right now, because I'm not. But I'm at the point in my life where if I need to do anything, man. I can 100%.
That's being happy. That's rich to me. If you can 100%. Do something and it doesn't hurt your daily life, you're rich, because a lot of people can't do it. I remember there was a time when my daughters would ask me for money. And I'd be all defensive. What you want it for? All that, hoping they'd back out. But no, man. And it felt shit that I didn't have the money on me to give them, because I was just taking care of bills. That's all I was doing. And that struggle is fucking hard, man.
100%. 100%. Living paycheck to paycheck. And, there were times where it was like, man, am I going to get some weed tonight? Or am I going to eat? You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, the weed usually won. You know what I mean? But
Made
at
you
the
more
same
hungry.
time, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what? I can buy some weed, and I'll just go to the store and steal what the fuck I need. And I've done that. You know what I mean? And to be able to get out of it and to be able to, look back on that struggle and realize that that struggle is what made me who I am today. That's why I would tell people, like, don't feel like because and it's like you said, it's harder for everybody. I get it 100%. Not everybody's going to be able to get out of it right away. Some people are going to take years, but I think as long as you keep pushing, you will get out of it. Because to be honest with you, whenever there's good, there's bad. You know what I mean? So you could have bad, but you got to understand you're going to get balanced with some good. You may end up getting bad after that as well again, but you're still going to balance it out. You know what I mean? Life isn't always going to be all good, and it's not always going to be all bad. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So what you need to do is just keep pushing, keep fighting, and eventually you will get through. You will get through. 100%. That's all I had to say. And Basel said, congratulations to the Reggae Girl, who are the first West Indian team to ever get to the elimination round. Jamaica Sisters, good job. Haiti is beyond y'all. For what? Racing? Running?
Track? Soccer World Cup.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. They tied Brazil 0-0, and that got them into the next round.
Oh, shit. That's cool.
What up, Tuck?
Right. What up, Jason? How you doing? What up, Tony? Thank you guys for popping
What
in.
up,
Much
Tony? Long
appreciated.
time.
I just started off with a little, trying to motivate people and, understand that at certain points of your life, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but keep pushing, you'll have those ups. Like, to me, to be honest with you, I know sooner or later something bad's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like wishing it, but I know something's going to happen and I'm preparing myself for it, right? Whatever it's going to be, because at the end of the day, bad shit happens to people. You know what I mean? So you just got to push through it. You can't take every time something bad happens to you and think like it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? Just got to brush.
Nowhere,
Sometimes it does,
100%.
You know what I mean? Facts, 100%. You could be, and like I said, I'm preparing for bad, but I'm preparing, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going to happen. I know something's bound to happen. It's the law of averages, right? You'll have your ups, you'll have your downs. So it's something that's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but you got to understand that whatever it is, I'll push through it. And if I can push through this stuff that happened to me, everybody can push through it, man. You guys can push through it. You just got to be strong and rely on your family and friends, and you'll get through. Simple as that, But with that being said, guys, we're going to get into the show. First topic, as you see on the thumbnail there, it's PinkyDoll Exposed. Do you guys know who PinkyDoll is?
What are you talking about? Look down where?
No, I changed it. On the StreamYard, it still says DeSantis, but on YouTube, it'll say PinkyDoll. Do you guys know who PinkyDoll is?
No.
Okay. So there's this new trend that's going around, and it's called NPC. All right.
Oh, yeah, Pinky. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah, now I do. Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I not add that to it? Shit. Okay, just give me a second while I try and bring up, because I had a video just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what she actually does on there. Hold on. Give me a second. You guys could talk, though. Go ahead. Give a talk.
Yo, what's that guy's name who was with us last week?
Deej.
Deej. I hope you don't feel no way like we ganged up on him and shit, huh? Because he's a Trump lover.
No, I think Deej. I think Deej is absolutely fine.
Yeah, we're good, man. I don't feel no way, we didn't get into no fight. You didn't try and brainwash us and shit,
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well. You see, that's the thing. It's always great to have, positive conversations, you know what I mean? And make sure that there it is, okay. And make sure that at least it's a conversation to where you're not want to kill each other, I know Donnie left, he was a little upset, but he said he wants to do a little bit better on that, and I can understand where it's coming from, because we've heard this stuff all the time.
Hold on, our boy Tuck asked a question if I think Magic Johnson and his investors will turn around to Washington football. I didn't even know Magic Johnson had a touch in that, man.
Oh yeah, it was just announced. It was recently, I think.
Yeah. I know they just picked up the team recently, and I'm happy, and I'm hoped that there's some talks in changing the name of the team, so we could really put some money into the memorabilia. But I don't know, man. As long as the money's there and the right people are coaching and shit, I can't see how we can't get back to how we used to be. But it's been a long time. There was a lot of fuckery going on there. I don't know, man.
Well,
so
you had
Shifty
2 decades. Fuck.
So Shifty gives them knows what I'm talking about. I have the video here. So this is. I know Roberto's gonna freak out, and let's just say Roberto.
I don't know what it's called.
Let's just say Roberto. She makes $7,000 a day doing this.
Gang, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Slay, huh? That was good. Coconut. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so good. What time it is, guy? What time it is, guy? What time it is, guy? Slay, huh? Oh, not to Galaxy.
So,
I got your name. Wow, a lot of gift for you.
If you know
thank you, baby. I love you. I love you.
Hee-haw,
yes. The guy feel like a cowgirl. Let me write it, huh?
She got 10,000 people watching her right now. When she did this.
Yes.
Watching her do this.
Yes, strong woman.
Dude, that's annoying as shit. I don't know how the hell she makes it.
Oh my!
I mean, besides her being attractive, she's an attractive woman. What the hell? I'm in the wrong business.
Hold on, Roberto. Listen to this. Roberto, listen to this.
My fucking brain is numb.
Roberto, listen to this. He's from Montreal.
I told y'all something in the water in Canada, bro. It's something in the water. I don't know what it is.
She lives here. She's in Montreal.
But hold on, JG. She obviously knows something if she has 10,000 people watching her.
Well, I mean,
this fucking world is more local than I thought. Oh, bro. My God. Oh, my God.
$7,000 a day.
I would be embarrassed to even say I know who this girl is. Because people would see this and say, yo, why are you watching that?
Right. But you see, this is the reason why I want to talk about this story, right? Because she's been going off for a while. She's been very popular. Let me just read what some of these people are saying real quick.
What does fucking ice cream have to do with it? Like, am I missing something?
Ice cream so good. Ice cream so... Yeah, that's it, Shifty. Because she's pretending to be an AI, right? So they're giving her like little things, and every time they give her a thing, like an ice cream cone, ice cream so good, or whatever it is. So she's pretending to be an AI. And a lot of other people are doing it, but right now she's pretty much the number one. Like she's everywhere. You know what I mean? Did she have a picture of Elon Musk in a meeting watching her? Elon Musk, he tweeted that himself. Elon Musk tweeted out that he was in a meeting, but instead of being in the meeting, he was watching her. Yep, they're thinking about renaming the team. Okay, talking about something else. Timberland is a good producer. Something for... Yeah, I got you. And then, bro, this feels like Black Mirror. So wait, it gets worse. All you need is a pretty face, big ass, and tits, and you're banking 100%.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Absolutely. But now, all right, I'm gonna share my screen here because she posted a little something today, and this is what she posted.
Bro, what is that? You see, I'm trying to do something, right? Nice. No, you want
First off, I'm gonna say right away, she sounds like she's faking. I don't believe.
How dare you? You're gonna take my stuff and put it out here like it's nothing. Hot dog. Like why? How am I supposed to delete all this in a week? How? That's more than 1,000.
What is she talking about?
Hold on, I'll get to it.
Like why? You guys make me going crazy. You make me going crazy. Hot dog, guys. How? How? Bro, what is that?
Okay, so now the reason why she is doing that, and let me find her. Here. So it's the real PinkyDoll. The reason why she's doing that is because, oh, it's not there anymore. Huh. So she has an OnlyFans. She's had one before she got popular, right? She was doing OnlyFans. And people found out that she was doing OnlyFans. So what they did is they grabbed her videos and plastered it all over Twitter. She has videos on Twitter right now where she is riding a man's cock in a car. She's sucking it. He's given her, she has been exposed. So she is crying on Twitter because she's been exposed. Now, I'm going to say this before I ask you guys. I personally have absolutely no sympathy. I'm sorry, because that's what she decided to do. What do you think is going to happen when you get big and you have your coochie all over the internet? People are going to expose you. Now, the reason why I kind of feel like well, maybe not anymore because it's not there, because earlier today, her OnlyFans link was still on that Twitter page, right? I'd have to go on Instagram to see if it's there, but she had her link there. So for all the time she was getting big, you go to her page and right there is her OnlyFans link. What did you think was going to happen?
I'm watching a video right now.
You know, right now the internet has made it like you're running for presidency. You know, if you make it big, you better make sure you have a good history, because that history could come and ruin your future. That's what the internet has done, man.
Mm-hmm.
So before you want to get big on the internet, you better make damn sure that there's nothing out there that can ruin you, because they'll find it.
Yeah, Basil, she is Haitian. Damn, she's Haitian. I can hear it in her voice. Yeah, 100%. Gotta be careful what your dirty laundry you put out there, right? So she did that one, and then she did. Hold on, she should have another one here.
But that crying thing, that was funny.
But I didn't believe it. Doesn't feel
that's why
like
that's so fake, man. At least like,
because
oh man, she looks
fucking
so
hyperventilate a bit, you know, like you know, make some of that shit in there, you know.
Because regardless of anything, it's still more exposure for her. You know what I mean? So yeah, now you're gonna have people who are gonna go to her OnlyFans, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna pay to go to her OnlyFans, right? And then they're gonna watch her do that shit again, and they're gonna pay even more money. And she's smart enough to know that. She is smart enough to know that. She's not a dumb girl. I can tell you that right now. She's not a dumb girl. She knows what she's doing, right? And so that's why I'm like, she's acting concerned. Like, oh no, my stuff is out there. But you were the one that put your stuff out there. You did that to yourself. And that's the problem. And you see, this is where some of that manosphere stuff comes in, because they always talk about how women don't take accountability for her actions. She's crying and complaining about the people that put her shit out there, but you did that. Why are you not upset about you doing that? She does in another video that I guess it got to her parents and they're seeing it now, and she's so embarrassed. And then she has another one where she says she actually went on Google. So if you go on Google, you type in PinkyDoll, you go to the images, and boom, she's on porn sites and everything.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Right? Exactly. No wonder why JG's been so quiet.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw about 4 videos, brother. She all right. She ain't $7,000 a day worth it, but you know.
She what?
She's not $7,000 a day or whatever she made.
Oh,
she ain't worth all that, but you know, she pretty basic without the makeup. She's
right.
She's nice looking, but she not. She
Right.
smash her
Right.
pants is about it.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? But this is the thing that I like.
And she has an article written on her in Forbes. Fuck.
Yes.
She knows what she's doing. She's doing all this to keep putting her name out. Because why even put it? Why make a video about it? Twitter's gonna be there and people gonna forget it afterwards. It's 100%. Not gonna last. You put it out there because you want 100%. More people to flock to your stuff 100%. So you can make more money. Hey, I give power to it. I expect to hustle.
100%.
You're not getting any sympathy from me though.
Like, oh, hold on, not there. And her,
you see what I mean?
It didn't look that big in the video.
Oh my goodness.
She must have been. No, I don't know. Damn.
Yeah. So that's my thing, right? And that's the thing. It's like if you're gonna do that, then you have to take accountability and you have to understand that you are going to get exposed. You know what I mean? People on the internet are ruthless. Mm-hmm. Ruthless. There's people out there that just don't give a fuck and they will do whatever they can to hurt you. And that's exactly what happened. What up, Donnie? What's going on, brother? How you doing? So at the end of the day,
she's from Seychelles.
Originally?
Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. Not sure.
I'm just reading an article on her. They're putting everything out. CBC, you know, because she's Canadian, they're putting all of her shit out, man.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I gotta delete that. Delete history. Delete. Payments, work material.
Well, we know JG's been quiet, so he's probably sitting there doing his thing.
Don't we have to research our fucking topics?
Exactly. I have to see who this person was.
I need to know because I have no idea about this ice cream shit. I tell you, YouTube is an adventure every week for me, man.
There was even he's a popular YouTuber, right? So I can understand why. But it was a popular YouTuber, I think his name is Kai or something like that, this black dude, right? And he did it. And he made $6,000 in 1 hour.
He did what? Ice cream?
The NPC.
Yeah, he did that. The NPC.
He did ice cream?
Yeah, he was doing it. And he got $6,000 in 1 hour. 1 hour.
I respect the hustle.
But he's big though. He has
What up, Danny?
What up, Danny? What's going on?
Danny, salute.
What's up?
Chilling. He's big though. He got like over shit, like I think maybe over 1 million subs, right? So of course he's gonna yeah. But her TikTok has over 4 million views. 4.5 million views.
Oh my God. I'm sure it's a lot of people just looking out of curiosity.
No, they paying. That's how she making stuff because TikTok is not the same when it comes to being paid by like YouTube is. So they are giving her that money. She stays on there for like about 3 hours and makes $7,000. She does that every day. Do the math.
Shoot, you got people don't make that in a month. That's crazy. 7,000.
What does she do?
You want to see it, Danny?
No.
Danny, you never seen this girl before?
No, I ain't gonna see it.
You won't get in trouble. It's just
no, you won't get in trouble.
It's outlandish.
Have you heard of MPC, Danny?
No.
Okay, so this is what she does, and she makes $7 million a day doing this.
7 million a day?
I'm sorry, 7,000.
Gang, gang, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Slay, huh? That was good. Coconut. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so good. What time it is, guy? What time it is, guy? What time it is, guy? Slay, huh? Oh, not to Galaxy. I got your name. Wow, a lot of gift for you. Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. I love you. Hee haw, yes. The guy feel like a cowgirl. Let me ride it, huh? Balloon. Ooh, meow. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so good. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, strong woman.
I told you, annoying as shit, man.
You did it with
Annoying.
one hand. I did it with two.
We live in a
I couldn't
messed
believe
up
what I saw.
world if she gets $7,000 a day to do that.
Yeah.
I
He's
can be
getting paid.
more entertained than that.
People, 4 million people. I don't know what they did on TikTok, but 4 million people were there.
Wow.
And this is the thing, because we we're talking earlier, Danny. So she did another video, and she's crying because she got exposed. So she used to do OnlyFans. So what happened is she got big. People found out about her OnlyFans, went over there, and plastered her videos all over the internet.
Wow.
Everything. So she was doing the video, and she was like crying and like, oh. And I said it sounded fake, like she was crying.
Looks like Danny's researching her.
Right. I've deleted TikTok off of all my devices.
No, you don't have to go on TikTok. You could just type her name on Google like JG and I did.
Yeah, they did their research.
I did thorough research on this lady.
Listen, Danny. She is taking wood on her videos.
I didn't see that video.
I did.
That they posted. She is riding a dude in the car, and they have that posted.
Wow.
Now, one of them together because it's the same guy in the other couple videos.
Yeah.
I think TikTok has a lot more freedom than YouTube.
Oh no, they put that on Twitter, on the X. So if you go on X, that's what she's crying about, right? And then she did another one where if you go and Google her name, you'll see that now she's on porn sites as well, right? So she's talking about suing them and stuff like that.
To blow up just like Kardashian.
That's exactly what I said, because in the video she's crying and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you guys did this," but it seems so fake to me.
The best thing happened to Kim Kardashian was that Ray J video, boy.
100%.
Shot into the stratosphere.
100%. And she already had Elon Musk tweet her out, Danny. He was in a meeting and he was like, I'm supposed to be in this meeting, but he's watching PinkyDoll and he has his phone with her on his phone doing
that right there gonna blow up right there. I think Elon Musk touched that sucker. He's like King Midas.
She had rappers in her DMs trying to holler at her.
Wow.
All it is.
Good. I mean, she look all right, but I've seen women look better than she does.
Yeah, like I said, without the makeup, she's kind of basic looking. You know, she's not all that.
The few images I saw of her, Danny, she must have lost weight in that video we saw.
She was kind of
because her tatas were much bigger in those images I saw.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. She wasn't talking. She was just leaning to the left a little.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Oh my god!" This must be when you were eating healthier.
You'll be pretty brain dead.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
You're like out of your mind, right? But at the same time, then I was like, "Yo, she's not dumb. She's a smart girl, right?"
She literally figured out the algorithm. Okay, somebody say something crazy. No.
100%. So the fact that her stuff is out there, especially when she was putting them out there herself, right? Yeah. Join my OnlyFans. She had a link to her OnlyFans. Like, what did you expect was gonna happen? And that's exactly what happened. So
I think Anzo and I said in episode number 7 of the O.O.C. that the only way we're gonna get those numbers is if we talk stupidness or do some outlandish shit. You remember Anzo? She must have watched our
100%.
episode and fucking started, putting her material together, put the shit out, and look, are we gonna get any fucking recognition? We knew this shit, Danny. We knew this shit.
I remember
Nobody wants to hear
the
the
other
truth.
girl we used to watch with the micro bikini. Now I watch her.
Yeah,
Holly,
absolutely,
what was her
100%.
name?
Who's that? You have a video?
Hollywood.
No.
Yeah, I'll send you something later.
Yeah, you ever watch it?
Oh, and Roberto, she's right down your alley.
Really?
Yeah. The Tetas?
Work material?
No.
No, I mean it's work material. This is a playback video.
Yeah.
This is work material.
Yeah, you're gonna do research on that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Might be the topic next week.
I don't think she got a regular bikini in her.
No, they're all micros.
And when I say micro, I mean belly covering.
Like just covering.
Just
you know
lines.
what I mean? Pretty much. Pretty much.
She's like, I don't think it's fair. I lay out in the sun and have tan marks. You sure ain't gonna get none of what you got on.
Yeah, that's right. They buy
string marks
coins to give her, and it's like chatterbait site, but nowhere near as good. Yeah, 100%. But if hey man, listen, $7,000 a day, I don't have to work anymore. I'm thinking about doing it.
Hey, you know what though?
$7,000 a day, 365 days. How much is that?
Yeah,
hey, you know what though, man? This NPC stuff's only gonna last for so long, right?
Yeah, I know.
So this stuff is a blessing in disguise for her because she can start getting people move over to her other content. So she see the game ahead of time. Like you're right, she's not done by a long shot.
100%.
That's $2.5 million
in a year.
And I'll be on
yeah. No.
Yes. I'll be on there too doing it.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys go and you say, hey, you know, next thing you're gonna say, Big Afford Entertainment, I started the NPC trend. You'll all know why. Holy cow, that's crazy. What up,
Can I
Tam?
just have a small clause included? Could you just play this in another country? And I'll do it for $7,000, no problem. I'd have to get the tent so dark in my car, it'd be fucking midnight everywhere I go.
You know what? I'll let them see it in this country because when I'm rolling around in them fucking big ass Bugattis or whatever I want, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the NPC guy. You damn fucking right it is. I don't gotta show nothing on there. Absolutely not.
That's a lot of money to be stupid, boy.
But so that brings
you
to
do
another
it for that
question.
long every fucking day. That shit's gonna become natural.
3 hours?
You take her on a date. You want to eat this, honey? No. No, it's good. No. Her life is ruined. Her life is ruined.
But you want to know what the funny thing is, though? On all of her videos, she's like, yes. She does it on every video, even when she's not doing the PCC.
I'm
all her
telling you,
videos,
something
she
would
has
be flying across the screen, boy.
It would drive me crazy. You know what I mean? But here's another question.
I had a hard time
though.
watching just that clip you showed us.
Yeah, I know. Imagine having to watch that.
And
that's the question I gotta ask though. You find like when we act the fool, like us melanated people, this is how we make money. You know what I mean? It's not by anything like really good, positive or anything. It's like acting the fool. There's this dude that does these videos where he's like eating chicken. You ever see that big dude? And he's all dancing around and acting stupid in front of the food and shit. You ever seen that guy? No. It's like,
but is it dumb if you do that stuff? If you have a goal in mind? Is it dumb? Is it dumb to act a fool if it's going to pay you my money to get you where you want to get?
It's acting. That's all it is.
For them, no, absolutely
not. I'm asking a question to us. Is it dumb or idiotic or sell out, whatever phrase you want to use, whatever you want to label it, if you acting a donkey for money, but then you get what you want to financially and you able to take care of your family, do what you want to do, and then after you done act that, let's say for instance, your goal is I'm gonna act like a complete sell out, whatever it is. But my goal is in 5 years, I'm gonna have X amount of money, and then I start acting like a normal person, and then I tell my story. Oh, the reason why I was acting like such and such, because now I got $30 million in the bank. I can do this, and this. Would that excuse you acting a donkey for 5 years, or would you be like, nah, Danny, I wouldn't have done that?
It's a good question because
I'd have zeros.
I didn't catch what he said.
How
many zeros?
You got, let's say $50 million. $50 million.
$50 million.
Oh, I act a damn fool.
How long?
That's $10
fool.
That's $10 million a year.
1 year?
You do it for 5 years.
Oh, I act a damn fool.
I don't know about
no
5
questions
years,
asked.
but I would do it to start off, and I'd feel it out along the way because I think in my second year I'd be asking for more.
Well, ain't no wrong with that, man.
I'm just moving along with society, you know.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing though. Like when we act a fool, in the grand scheme of things, to other people, it reflects on the whole race.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As opposed to other people who are not one of us, it's just on them as a person. It doesn't reflect on everybody else. So
exactly.
Look at Louis Armstrong for instance, right? Statue mode. A lot of people a lot of black people didn't like him because he was always smiling, playing at an old white statue, stuff like that. But what people didn't realize is that smile, that mask he put on, it's a mask of pain he felt because he didn't want to do all that. But he had to go. He had to make money. And the money he was making, he put towards the cause for the black community. So
same thing with Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr. The same thing, right?
The only black in the Rat Pack, because you know that you know how that felt.
Facts, 100%.
They steady making jokes.
So yeah, so let's say you did do that, right? And you did put your money to a good cause. You know what I mean? Of course, not all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you put a decent amount to a good cause. I would say kind of, but at the end of the day, this is the internet. So what you do to act a donkey, you may think 5 years you're done, and in another 5 years it pops back up again, and you're the center of attention again, and you know what I mean? Oh, look at this guy acting the fool and bringing down the race and stuff like that. Because
I think if you can get ahead of that narrative, though, and you really come out and explain it in an intelligent, informed way, like, yeah, I did this and this, but then you get the receipts. I started the Nzo school or whatever, or I started Roberto school or whatever, or the JG school or whatever. I'm doing this, and this. I put all my kids through college. I did, and if you show them receipts, I think people that got some sense, like, okay, I see why he did it.
Not very many people out there have sense, Danny.
That's true.
I think
that's the problem.
I know if one of y'all was to do it, and then I didn't know the details at the front end, I'd be like, man, I didn't think Roberto would do that. But then I talked to you behind the scene. He said, Danny, look, I paid for both my girls to go to school. My wife got this, and this. I got my own business. I did this, and I ain't gonna work no more for the rest of my life. I'd be like, damn, you think you can write down that formula for me so I can do the same thing?
What's the difference with that if we really look at it? When a woman or a woman is in school, college, and she needs to make extra coin and she becomes a stripper. They don't want to become a stripper. They do it because it's quick money and they can still get through school.
But that's two different things, though.
No, but I'm just saying they're going out of their way to do something they really wouldn't want to do.
Yeah.
Well, it is different because you want to do that stupidness.
Yeah, one is morally wrong, I think.
Yeah.
Or society says it's morally wrong. The other one's just acting like a donkey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I would have to see what it is, right? Like to do it. You know what I mean?
As long as it doesn't degrade our people.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. And there's white people out there doing this stuff too. Like, but she's the number one, right? So it's not like to say it's like, oh well, yeah, I'd probably do that.
I think her looks have a little something to do with it too.
100%.
I think women are better. No, I won't say better, but more successful YouTubers than men are. A lot of the time because of their looks.
100%.
Danny, isn't that the dating life?
Huh?
I said, isn't that the dating life?
Yeah.
We had this argument that
a
woman could drive a fucking Datsun 210 from 1974 with fucking taillights busted out and everything. Walk into a club, no one will even look at that car. But if a man drives up in that car, no woman will look at that man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a reverse stereotype because, like, I know when my son, like 18, 19, whatever, he go out, stay overnight. I didn't sweat that much. Let's try that trick, and I'm trying to. And I need DNA sample. I need to know where he at. I need to know this, and this. So it's kind of a double standard.
100%. And it's like JG said, it is, and Danny said too, it's her looks, right? I don't think if she didn't look good, she probably wouldn't be the number one. But people are like, oh, she's fine and she's acting like this.
Sometimes it's reversed too, because there's a lot of thirsty women out there.
Oh yeah,
you ever seen them how they be thirsting over Michael B. Jordan and some of these other man? They be like pulling the clothes off.
Oh, 100%.
It's not as bad as the man to the female, but it ain't dead.
To be honest with you, I think some of the females are a lot more relentless than the males, right? Because a man has to be careful what he says, what he does, you know what I mean? But a woman can just walk up to, like, you have videos where women are walking up to men and just grabbing their ass. You know what I mean? Now, if you did that to the woman,
you going to jail.
You know what I'm saying?
You going to jail, or you going to the bank?
100%. And I know there were enough women at that concert last night that wanted to end up back with 50 Cent and all of them. You know what I mean?
What was that one lady? It was on. I think I sent you the clip. I forgot who it was, but she knew Method Man was going to be on the show, and she was about to lose her mind. It was a white lady too. I can't think of her name. Famous white lady. And she's like, "Oh my God, he looks so good." And she was like trying to touch his head and touch his shoulders and stuff. I let that be in the reverse.
Yeah, man was he's creepy.
Let Method was trying to do that to her.
Facts.
Man, he done lost his show off of Power. He done sell some gold records from Wu-Tang days to pay her off.
100%. 100%. It would not fly if a man acted that way. You know what I mean? And women, they can just do that, you know? And men, we can do it. We can accept it. We're not going to fucking be like, oh, that woman touched my ass. Hey, please come over here. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to do that. We don't, hey, oh, really? Hey, babes, come here. What's your name? So it's kind of different, but at the end of the day, I'm just like, she put herself in that situation, so she has to deal with it. Simple and plain. So we got another topic. We'll get into this one. We'll do this one first because Roberto brought it up.
Hey, what this shit right here? Play this film, man, before we get into that.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
Share this.
Oh, that was on the Jennifer Hudson show. Okay, yeah.
Oh my.
No.
Do you know who's backstage?
Who backstage, John?
Method Man.
Oh my.
I came up. He's backstage. I mean, we all know Wu-Tang Clan, and he was always fine. Oh my God, he's got to be 50. He is fine. Looking like that. He can be my daddy any day. That is.
You see that?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's married.
okay.
Yeah, sip your out of your mug.
I'm a sad water now.
Sip.
Just have a big sip of sad water.
Listen, we share something else in common.
Wow.
She can be my daddy any day. Okay. Man, you let him say that.
What up, LB? Yeah, but that's the thing, though. If a man does that, you know
that's what I'm saying. Let him say that. Cancel culture.
Facts. Creepy guy sexualizing
Double
women
standard,
and stuff
man.
like
Double
that.
standards.
100%. 100%. LB, just go back and watch the beginning. You'll see it's that NPC shit. It's crazy, you know.
Well, we can't watch it again.
What does that stand for?
NPC.
Non-playable characters. In the gaming world, that's what I mean. But
Yeah,
I don't know about this
non-playable
one.
character. Yeah, they're pretending to be like AIs, Danny. That's what it is, right?
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah,
That's enough.
yeah, so
I'm good.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm gonna bring up this video here because, man, I don't know if you guys know about what's going on with DeSantis, but I think he's acting like the donkey, and he's trying to say that slavery benefited slaves. So let's listen to this.
Oh my Lord.
Backlash against Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida Board of Education over the state's new standard teaching the history of U.S. slavery.
For the vote, most robust standard in African American history, probably anywhere in the country.
The new guidelines require middle school students to be taught, quote, how slaves developed skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. An idea Vice President Kamala Harris in Florida Friday lambasted.
How is it that anyone could suggest that in the midst of these atrocities, that there was any benefit to being subjected to this level of dehumanization?
In high school, the guidelines require the teaching of both acts of violence perpetrated against and by African Americans, which Florida's Education Association says diminishes an event like the 1920 Ocoee Massacre, where at least 30 African Americans were killed for attempting to vote. A volunteer member of the task force tells ABC News he stands by their work. Amid criticism, the standards gloss over the horrors of slavery.
Wow.
This guy's the devil, and he keeps getting reelected. So what does that fucking say, yo? This is not the first stupid shit he did, because if you recall when COVID happened, right, and that mask mandate came out, he was so against it, right? And he did this fucking presentation live on TV, like he got the president's kind of fucking recognition, and there was 2 kids standing behind him wearing a mask. He looks at them, he laughs.
Oh, yeah, that was him?
Yeah, that was him. And he fucking tells them to take it off. Now, what if the parents want those kids to wear that mask? Do the parents not have rights over their kids before a fucking governor? Is it illegal to wear a mask? This guy's nuts, yo. And he keeps getting reelected. And he's running for president now?
What are your thoughts, Danny?
It's just frustrating because you think that the more intelligent we become, the more knowledgeable we become, we would make better and more informed decisions. But it seems like ignorance is just on an all-time high now. I don't understand. I don't even follow that cat. I can tell you right now, if she gets a nomination, I'm looking at Nikki Haley. She's been the governor of South Carolina. She stood up to Trump. I haven't seen anything out of the way. She kind of stays within the normal way of thinking, and because the Democrats don't have anybody strong that I know now. So that's who and I'll gladly say I don't care about who I'm telling who I'm voting for or not. But he's just crazy. Like, I guess it's like what Roberto said. I don't know if he's the devil, but he got devil characteristics with some of that stupid stuff you're talking about. And I agree with the vice president. How in the world can he find something positive out of one of the worst times for blacks in America during that period of slavery? That is crazy. Anything they learned was survival.
Yep.
So they learn no life skills. You learn how to survive and not to get whipped to death or killed or shot on a whim from somebody. So to me, that's just crazy talk. I don't even pay attention.
LB, I'm sorry, I mean JG. What are your thoughts? So I was looking at LB's the post there. Yeah,
I'm gonna try not to make this long-winded, but DeSantis has been running a mock in Florida for quite a long time. He's trying to get rid of the black fraternities out there. He's trying to, he's working on getting rid of, we know. To sit there publicly and say slavery benefited African people, when we already knew how to till the lands of Africa, something the white people can't cultivate without our help because we were the ones who knew how to do it. The crops we brought that the whites benefited from, the cooking we did with those certain crops and seasons that we brought over here that they benefited from. The cotton gin that Eli Whitney's, said to have invented. I don't know what white person doing slavery invented something to make it easier on slaves, but it is what it is. To sit there publicly and say that, And I give to the vice president for speaking out against it. But let's not forget she was also called out for a debate after that, which she ran away from. So
I didn't know about the debate.
Yeah, one of DeSantis and one of his cronies reached out to her for a debate on the topic, and she has not responded, as far as we know.
Yeah, because she probably knows he's gonna pull out some fucking dirty laundry and feel no way about saying it on national TV. Fuck.
Exactly.
But here's my thing, though. They barely teach Black history in school nowadays, right? And now you want to talk about there's benefits to slavery? Like,
and they're
what the
trying
fuck
to get
is
rid
this?
of Black history. I don't think it'll see another decade.
Yeah,
you know what's funny though?
Right there with you.
The more they talk about reparations, the more they start talking about get rid of Black history. If you notice that,
I haven't noticed it, but
in the census numbers, yeah, I know, okay, but no, his numbers are going down anyway. So I highly doubt he.
Well, they can keep the 40 acres in a
nomination.
mule. They can give me $40,000. I'll take that. Well, they can
Facts,
100%.
They can keep the 40 acres.
You know,
but unless I can pick where those 40 acres are at. If I can pick where those 40 acres are at, then we can talk.
But Danny, I heard because I watch Amazing Lucas and he talks about it a lot, and I heard it was like $300K. Like, you know, that's how much reparations each.
Yeah.
You know,
you let that come
should
in
be
my
like
bank.
$300K.
Let that come in my bank one day. I'll sure cash it.
Right?
I'll cash the heck out of it.
I would move to the States and change my name to one of them slaves. You know what I mean? Okay, your
what's your
family has
name?
slaves?
Toby Abadobo. That is my name.
What's your name? Kunta Kente. Kunta Kente. I'm the original slave. Yes.
Show me your feet. Show me your feet.
You know? But I'm just saying, at the same time, like, you want to change Black history and you want to do all of this stuff and say, like, if he gets elected, or if he, like, because I know he'd have to go up against Trump for president or whatever, but if he ends up being the one, oh my God, America's in trouble, man.
Now, the one to really worry about, because I doubt DeSantis even gets that far, because his numbers are just going down like crazy. That other Indian guy, that's the guy to watch out for. Trump, I mean, now they said that even if he's convicted, he can still run. So I'm curious.
You're talking about Tim Scott.
Oh, Tim Scott, yeah, he's another one, another idiot. You got to worry about too.
Well, Trump got indicted again. I was watching some LB
and they said
video.
that he can still run.
He still can run, but I don't. If he was a winner, I would be totally, shocked beyond belief. But
would you?
I would.
I don't think I would.
I would be shocked.
After all this stuff,
I would not be at all.
Because Biden, his numbers are going down. They're talking about Black people not going to vote for him like they did last time. So it's
Biden don't deserve to be in office.
Nah,
he fall asleep. His health. They should really rethink about
the age limit.
The age limit. I think 60, 65. That should be it.
I agree.
I think I said in the stream once that
if you're not in the house by 65, you can't run.
I think I said once that his best chance with getting reelected was forgive all student loans. That's out the window, so he's not winning. That was his last chance he had.
Now I do know he gave the veterans a nice bump. I heard he gave us another one. No, he keep bumping me up. okay, sir.
Hey, Daddy, 100%. I say it all the time. Justin Trudeau, they trashing this man left and right. But he legalized weed, so he's okay in my book. Let's go. You know what I mean? He's okay in my book. But
I bet you get a big cut of that too, boy. Could you imagine the kickback for that?
Oh my gosh!
And the taxes on weed. It's gonna happen over here. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
100%. I'll never forget, Danny. Right before they legalized it, this is how I knew it was gonna happen. There was this guy, his name is something Emery. So he decided he was going to open up a dispensary here in Montreal. Now remember, it's not legal yet. It's illegal. So he opens up this dispensary, and I go to work one day, and they're like, hey, did you check out this dispensary? I'm like, what dispensary? It was like right up the street from where I work. I kid you not. It was minus fucking 30, right? I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it was cold. It was one of the coldest days. Danny, I kid you not, the line was around the fucking block. People were waiting in hours to get in there.
They're crazy.
Hours. They kicked down that shit the next day.
You talking about the weed store?
Yeah, the first one, cannabis culture.
You didn't see what happened when they opened up the shroom store?
Yeah. They tried to open.
They went in there even faster.
Yeah. Because they let the weed store at least a day, right?
They say it's 22 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 22.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Minus 22 where?
Ain't no 30 degrees Celsius. Minus 30 degrees Celsius is minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit. There ain't no amount of high gonna make you stay that cold. That kind of cold. No. That's
hours.
That's starving. That like if I don't get this food, I'm gonna die. That's some kind of staying that cold. Not for no high. No.
Hours, Danny. I went out at lunchtime and I was like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. And I said, you know what? Let me go after work. I'll see what and that line was still around the corner. I was like, you are out of your mind.
That sound like food stamps in America.
Pretty much.
So I know, man. They used to get like cheese here, government cheese. I don't know if you ever heard that. Man, people were standing on. I remember that little boy standing in a long line, get a whole block of cheese. I don't know why they want to do that, but it was cheese and milk. That would they give you.
You know why they did that? They were experimenting on our asses.
Probably was.
You know what I mean? Yeah, let's send a block of cheese to the black neighborhoods with some milk, and we'll put some little stuff in it and see how they react. Trust me.
Funny you say that. Do you remember? Was it last week you were talking about that clone movie?
Yeah, they call Tyrone.
I finally saw it,
and
I find it very ironic that they're emphasizing so much on the.
You don't want to eat
shit.
chicken. Don't want to eat chicken now.
Or drink the water.
It was in it, Danny. That's the thing.
I know.
Chicken.
I saw a clip because he was eating it and he knocked it out of his mouth. It's in the chicken.
That's funny.
They know it's their weakness, man. Ain't nobody. I don't know many black people don't eat fried chicken, bro. I'm just
facts.
Especially here in the South where I'm at.
What was the other one? What was the other one they had in the church and everywhere? Was it grape juice?
Man, we got
they had it in the grape juice.
That's what you do communion wine with, grape juice.
Yeah.
And we got like 4 different kind of chicken. We got Church's chicken here, KFC chicken here, Popeyes, Bojangles. On every corner, just like a liquor store on every corner.
Facts. So imagine
that many Popeyes. Oh fuck, would I be?
Yes.
Man, we got where I live at. There's 3. KFC's there's 3. Bojangles, oh my goodness.
KFC over here could die for all I care. It'll never see a fucking penny, and we don't even have those anymore.
Wow.
You would never see a dime from me, that place, man. I don't know what they did to the rest
of Sunday, KFC in one of the locations where I live at. Man, this got around a building, buddy.
Yeah.
When I grew up, Nzo could adhere to this. We lived maybe approximately 2 blocks away from Kentucky. When they made their fresh chicken, you came on your balcony, you fucking smelled that shit like it was in your kitchen. Yo, you're like looking for $2. Is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Oh fuck, it's Monday. Oh fuck, I gotta wait till. I'm telling you, it was like zombies. You see us walking in fucking Coronation, Kentucky on Tuesday. You gotta get there early because the lineup is coming out like it's the end of the
around
world.
The block.
Bro, they got one in this town.
Don't come out that chimney no more.
It's called Yogi Bear's Chicken. They cook it with honey. I don't know how they infuse the honey in it, but I'm telling you, man, when they start cooking that thing, you talk about a zombie, man. You be like Thriller, boy. Try to get that chicken, but man, that's the best. That's the best one of chicken I ever had, boy. And they so smooth. They ain't got no drive-through. If you call it in, that's how you pick it up. The drive-through, you gotta walk in. You can't go around the window and say, "I want this, this, this." You gotta call it in. You pick it up in the drive-thru or you walk in. And I tell you, on a Saturday, you ain't getting in there. You're not getting in there unless you first thing times it open, because it's packed all day.
But you know what I find even fucking crazier? How much they get us even more? Because, you know, some of them think we just make fried chicken and they'll come running. You know, they put no fucking seasoning and shit in that. And you take a bite and say, yo, what the fuck's up with this, yo? And they go, I got hot sauce. Okay, bring the hot sauce. I'll make that chicken work over here. If you give them hot sauce, oh, fuck. They'll make any chicken work, man.
Yeah, Texas Pete is the hot sauce down here where I live at. You put some Texas Pete on that, some fish, some pork chops.
Fire, right?
You make it work, buddy.
Man, you fucking munchies right now. Too late to order some food now.
But you know what's funny about that movie, They Clone Tyrone, right? I don't know if you guys ever seen after Jamie Foxx had his stuff, he came out the hospital, did a video, and everybody was saying Jamie Foxx was cloned.
Yeah, even his goatee was fucked up.
You know what I mean?
Tell you what I'm laughing at. Doing COVID, Roberto, man, we used to be streaming hard. And next thing you know, Nzo will go off screen like this. Then you hear the bag criminal. Man, what you doing? I just ordered something from DoorDash.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning, we sit there talking about, yo, I'm hungry, man.
DoorDash runs that late, yo.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I don't have DoorDash. I would be 500 pounds, boy. They bring it to you. They bring the food to you like that. Oh man.
Yeah, 100%.
If I lived by you, I would be easily 300 plus pounds.
And DoorDash did its thing because I got this belly now that I didn't have before the pandemic. You know what I mean? Because it was like almost every night, bro. Like every night we're doing a stream, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm hungry. Guys, what are you eating? Oh, I got McDonald's.
McDonald's is crazy, man, because you get one meal, man, you're looking at 1,200 calories easy.
Yeah.
Easy. You eat
now,
2 a day, man. You just eat 2. That's 2,400 calories right there.
Facts.
Man should eat that much in a day unless he lifting some weights or something.
Facts, 100%.
Very well stated there, Mr. Comic Cat. You better burn that shit up, or that shit will burn you eventually.
Yeah, I had to give up that McDonald's. I used to go get the ham, bacon, cheese biscuit or something like that, and then get I didn't like Big Macs. I get a quarter pounder.
Oh yeah,
man, that right there. You looking at 1,900, 2,000 calories, and then don't go home and wife cook something.
Where's Sammy? I was getting the double Big Mac. You know what I mean? The double Big Mac. 4 patties on that shit.
I can't handle that.
Man, I remember when I was young, that quarter pounder with cheese was juicy, motherfucker. And it was big, right? I bought one the other day. I said, "Yo, let me try one of those."
They're not the same.
Oh my God, it was smaller and it was a fucking Sahara desert. It was the driest burger I ate in life. I would never, it was so dry, the bun became dry. I would never order that again.
I'm going to be in trouble because where I work at now is building an Arby's. Arby's is like my all-time favorite restaurant. So I'm like, I got to get some discipline. Or the weight I did lose, I'm going to gain it right back. Because, man, I eat that roast beef sandwich. I can eat that every day.
Yeah, that's how they get you, man. You got to be careful. You know what I mean? Even me now, I started bringing my lunch to work because I'm like, I cannot go to McDonald's and these places every single day, man. I can't do it. So
your $100 a lunch back in the day a week now is $200 a fucking week for lunch, and that is just unacceptable. Like
they put too much salt on their food too. I don't like salt.
Oh yeah.
It's just Danny. Like, I don't know how it is by you guys, but up here, it's almost like they're asking for a tip at the fucking at the local store, market store. Everybody's asking for a fucking, and I feel guilty. I'm like, I'm not touching the percentage.
I don't.
Well, I'm gonna give him $1. What could $1 get?
If I go there,
I'm talking about a tip to myself at the fucking counter.
If I call it in and I go pick it up, I'm not giving no tip. I'm sorry.
Facts.
I don't care.
But listen to this, okay? They say never be on bad terms with the chef, and if you are, don't go back there and eat. So if you don't give a tip and these guys are struggling, you don't think maybe if some young guys working there, the guy in the front says, "Yo, this fucking guy didn't tip me, man. How am I gonna go see that movie? He didn't tip you, Tony? All right." Yeah, how that burger tastes tonight,
Yeah,
sir.
but how they gonna know that? I'm saying I ordered the food.
When they get their tip, they get there's a printout. That shit's all fucking calculated, man.
No. I'm saying I call in the order and say, hey, "This is Danny. I'm coming to pick it up." They say call in or drive to whatever. I say I'm coming to pick it up. They already got the food there ready.
Oh, you're right.
And then I'm going to pick it up.
Right. But I'm
saying I gotta pay them $2 or $3
back there again. I'm not saying that food you're eating now got spit in it.
Yeah.
But when you go back, that's the guy who don't like pickles. Huh? We remember you cheap bastard. You know how much money we make here?
I'm eating a lot of spitty burgers because I'm telling you, if I go pick it up, I'm burning my gas to go get it. Then I got to pay you? No. Now, if I go there and sit down, and eat, now I don't mind doing it. My daughter, she's like, "Daddy, you gotta stop. You gotta get out the narrative." So now I leave pretty good tips. Now I even got a tip calendar on my phone. So
we don't need that here. We don't need that here. I used to have one too, and I use it when I go to the States. But here, it used to be 15, 18, 20.
Yeah.
Now the 15 just vanished. My daughter came and told me, "Oh, the new standard, Dad, is the new 18. 18's the new 15." I'm like, "What the fuck?" If their quality of service does not change to deserve that 3% increase, I ain't giving it to them. And I want them to feel that. Like, I'm customer service 100, Danny. It's becoming a lost art. People think they deserve it. They have the right to it. Like, you go to a restaurant, they don't even ask you if you want water. How's the food? How's the napkins? And then they come with the bill. They're all smiling. Was everything good to your liking? Do you really want to know if it was to my liking? I don't want to tell you everything, so I'm going to tell you in my tip.
And I don't think
your facial expression will tell you if it was you don't look like you like that tip. I didn't like that service either. Yeah. Have a good day.
I don't think the bill should dictate the amount you give them either. My daughter, she's in that business. She's a waitress, and we have this debate all the time. I tell you, Whitney, if the bill is $1,000, there is no way you deserve 15-20% of that. You ain't did that kind of work. Yes, I did. I said, no, you didn't. Yeah, $200-something tip. Are you crazy? No, you don't deserve that.
Sorry, Danny. I have to use butter because when you walk in those restaurants, those are the bills you're gonna get, and the people that go in there, they give those 15 and 20%. So if you can't give that for the quality food you're getting in that establishment, you should not be in there, young man.
My thing is,
I went to a high-end restaurant. This guy his service was immaculate. Like, I thought he was going to follow us to the bathroom. We did number 2, and he's going to clean our ass. That's how fucking the service was so above and beyond.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If it's immaculate, I don't have a problem doing it. But if I'm at a high-end restaurant and they give me zero service, they don't deserve that.
100%, Danny.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying.
It's all based on the service received.
Yeah.
Not the establishment you're in.
If you're doing good, okay, I can give you that. But if I'm sucking on my straw and I can hear the ice sucking, that's a couple of percents going down. But I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. I do that. Me and my daughters have fun all the time. They go, "Dad, it just went down." I go, "You damn right it went down. It went down, and we might even leave here without leaving a tip." My wife's like, "You can't do that." I said, "Listen, if we decide not to leave a tip, this is a restaurant we should not be coming back to."
Facts.
And that's all it's meant to say, right?
And if you're not leaving a tip, it's because the service wasn't good. I'm not going to leave a tip if you don't have good service. If the service is good, you're going to get a tip. But if it's bad, and that's what it should depend on. It shouldn't depend on.
Here's another question.
Price.
What do you think, Nzo, Roberto, JG? The food's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Should that reflect the waiter's tip?
No.
The waitress's tip?
No, I don't think so.
Because if the food is good and the service is bad, I'm not going to do the opposite, give her a good tip because the food was good. She's getting a bad tip, and I'll tell the guy, listen, you need somebody who matches the quality of your food. And I'm out.
I, I went to this one place like Fats Cafe, and it was awful. And I was just like, I can't give a tip on top of this because I was already paying like $60 for the bill. She got a tip, but she didn't get she didn't get the tip that she would have got if the food was better.
But if
the
she
food was
she
like,
gave you great service, and you gave her a bad tip because the food was bad, that's bad, Danny.
I'm sorry,
that's bad. I would say that's police officer behavior, but that would be racist.
I can't stand when like chicken is cooked in fish grease or vice versa. That should be 101 cooking.
Yeah.
You don't even
but
cook.
It's not her.
I know. I'm not saying I was right about it.
I'd give her a little advice. Go work somewhere else because some people might not give you good tips because the food is that bad.
I ain't saying I was right.
See that guy over there in the blue shirt? I don't think he's giving you a tip tonight because he says the food is bad.
If she would have got a 20% tip, she only got like that 15% that night. But she sure did.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that too.
But you got to let her know why, at least. It's not you, babe. It's the guy in the kitchen, man. You got to talk to him. You guys are on the same page. Your service was amazing, but he just killed your shit.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next topic, which Danny brought it up. It's a good topic. Well, he sent me an article, which I'll bring up, but it says basically when masculinity is threatened, men pull away. And it's more or less about, marriages failing and stuff like that. So, Danny, since your topic, you give your thoughts on it first.
I think it could be true. I think I did a topic earlier I think just today on fatherhood. And how sometimes some women, I'm not saying all women, or say like they can't find a good man or they can't do this. And a lot of times it's because they're too independent. You have to let the man feel like he's contributing something. But when you go and you try and he does something, you always got something negative to say, or he does something where you compare it to somebody else, and you just always kind of putting it down instead of encouraging, even if you don't even mean it. But if you're trying to find somebody that you want to share your life with, or someone that you want to try and build a relationship with, and potentially be the father of your children, then you have to be the helper in some aspects. And there's some aspects when you take the lead, but most of the time, you should I feel, be more of a helper and talk about it together and be on one page. But some of these women, they just, I don't need a man, or I don't need this, I don't need that, and sometimes you don't get it, or you attract the wrong type of man. Instead of a man that's trying to do something and be something, or has the potential to do something and be something, you rather get with these thugs or somebody that got some kind of major character flaw, or what we see now in my profession. You with a man, and then when you go to work, he's messing with your daughter, or that's kind of crazy stuff. We see this all the time. A lot of CSCs and incest and all that kind of crazy stuff. You have to be very particular who you let in your house. Then, if you're trying to be one of these independent, the Bible talks about a handpicked man. I'm not a handpicked man. I don't think nobody on this panel is a handpicked man. You gotta stand up for what you believe in, or you're gonna fall for some kind of bull crap. And I think now a lot of women are trying to wear the man pants when they don't need to wear the man pants. If they got a real man, and I think that he should be sufficient enough to be the man of the house. But
so I'll ask this.
Hey guys, real quick. I got to run real quick. Just quick little meeting. Hopefully it won't last long.
All right, cool. If you're finished when we come, just come back.
All right, cool.
All right, JG, peace. So here's the question that I was gonna ask. Because a lot of the manosphere, they talk about it and they say that marriage doesn't benefit men. Do you guys agree with that? Because you're both married.
I don't think that's true.
I think. Go ahead, Danny. I just thought that's a stupid phrase.
I don't think that's true. I think if you find somebody that you're really compatible with, you get along, and a lot of people go into marriages thinking it's going to be fairy tale. It's not. It's going to be bad days. It's going to be good days, but the good days should outnumber the bad days. Maybe not when you first start, because it's a learning process. It's a learning curve. But the longer I'm married, my good days outnumber my bad days. Because when I was first married, I was young, dumb, stupid, selfish, you really didn't know how to do what marriage really entailed, because you still got that independent life, you still got that streak in you, and some people say midlife crisis. Then you throw children into the mix, then you throw finances into the mix, then you let your boys try to influence you in whatever kind of way, positive or negative. You gotta learn all that. You gotta find that happy medium. And once you find somebody and y'all on that same page and y'all learn each other, there ain't nothing like it. I can't tell you the last time me and my wife had a really bad argument. I can't remember it. Now, when we first got married, those first 3 to 7 years, I slept on the couch regularly. I thought my living room was the bedroom, but I can't tell you the last time. I really can't. And if we get mad at each other, is hey, okay, we might not talk for 30 minutes or whatever. Then we're like, hey man, I should have done this. I'm sorry. Or let's do this or this thing. I mean, it ain't nothing that I'll walk around days not talking. When we first got married, it was shoot. It's like I ain't gonna blink. She don't blink, I ain't gonna blink.
Mm-hmm.
But as you grow up, I would hope that you have enough sense, enough maturity to outgrow that. But some people do, some people don't.
Absolutely. Roberto, you were gonna say?
I think more times than not, it's the ego that's the demise in a relationship. At least that was the case with me. You know, like Danny said, you don't blink, I don't blink. You think I'm wrong, I think you're wrong, and we'll just leave it at that. And it's very immature if you take a step back and look at it. But these are the trials and tribulations of relationships. Like anything else, you got to mature into it, right?
Yep.
And when the wife and I separated, you know, I like, yeah, I'm free. I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna be a stallion. But you're not a young buck anymore. You're a fucking almost a retired stallion, and they don't run the same, and the game ain't the same, and a lot has changed, and you're out of the loop. And somehow, some way, it doesn't happen. I think it's like a fucking epiphany or whatever you want to call it, that a couple separates and gets back together. For me, it was a lesson I learned because, again, I looked in the mirror and I didn't like myself. And I looked at how I treated my wife, and a lot of the shit I did, it was my ego that played a role. And what do you win with your ego? Loneliness. That's all your ego will win you, loneliness. So I matured a lot, like Danny said. You know, you mature, and you know, we're still both fire in the couple, in the relationship. But when we fight now, when I know I'm wrong, I'm saying sorry. I'm not using that whole bullshit. Well, I don't care. You didn't say sorry last time. It's very immature, you know?
Absolutely.
And when I am right, I'm telling her why I'm right and why I'm not apologizing. And we need to fix this because I don't want to keep having it. And the same applies with her. It's got to be, you know, when they say that give and take thing, that's what it is. I mean, you got to balance out what you're going to let go and balance out what to respect about that other person to avoid conflict. I know I want to do something. Yes, I could do it. I'm a grown-ass man. But if I know I do this and it's going to bother her, I'm really not going to enjoy doing it. And the end result, I'm still fucked. It's a double whammy. So I'd rather say no and let all these guys call me whipped and all of that. And I put up my fucking old man shield and they just fly off of me. Bing, 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 bing. Those things don't hurt me anymore. If anything, I take it as disrespect, and it shows me you're not matured. And we can't roll in the same circle because I don't want to have to go back and fucking crack your head, you know? And you call the police and all this fucking stupidity. I'd rather, like I said, I cut more people out of my life now than I let in. And the people that I let in, I love. And I try my very best to stay true and honest to them. And hopefully they stay true and honest to me. So I could say I have a friend in life, you know?
100%. So I was going to ask you, but you kind of touched on it a bit. But what changes did you feel like you needed to make?
I needed to mature. A lot of us think we mature, but ask yourself the question, what have you done to say that you've matured? For sure it's underrated, Chill.
100%.
Of course it's underrated. But that's like I try to explain to my daughter. That is growth. Some people go through life blind. Some people go through life observing. And I know for in my 20s, I rolled with 20 plus guys every fucking day like church. Woke up in the morning, linked up, started drinking, smoking, till we passed out at their house, started again for years, right? 4 or 5 years down the line, that number of 20 something turned into 8. We rolled 8 strong, turned into 3, turned into 1, turned into family. It's not because you cut them out, it's because you grew.
Facts.
And if they can accept what you've grown into, they become part of your family too. And you see them every now and then and make sure they're doing good. But those people that you used to run with tight, maybe 1 will be there in the end. Maybe 2. But you got to accept, man, that 18 ain't going to be there. And a lot of them won't even have your best interest.
100%. And as people grow, they get older, right? You know, it's always been like you hanging out with your boys, right? And then you haven't seen one of your boys for a while. And it's like, yo, where's this guy been? Oh, he got a new girl. You know what I mean? So he's done. He's chilling with his girl and stuff, you know, and you still hanging out. But at the end of the day, like you said, sooner or later, everyone's going to get that girl and the hanging out's going to stop. But you have to understand that it has nothing to do with you, you know what I mean, or the person. It's just like you said, you've grown, you know, you got grown man things to do. You got kids now, you got a family. So you can't be doing those running around every single day. You know, you can
what if you get a job? You know, you didn't have a job when you were running with your boys every day, you know? Now you have a job. You got to be up at 6 in the morning. You want to be at the club on a Tuesday night till 2? You're not going to have that job for long, man. Especially if there's fucking any kind of sales involved.
100%.
Oh,
and then
God.
if you have a woman, a wife, and you're still trying to do that, because I know there's dudes out there that are still, you know, running around partying every fucking weekend. And I'm like, how are you doing that? Like, I don't even want to party every weekend. You know what I mean? Back in the day when you're young, yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Let's hang out. But when you get older, what's the point, man? You know what I mean? I'd rather chill at home with a beefy, with a chickie, chill out, watch a movie and stuff like that, than to go and party and do all of this
Worst
stuff.
case, you go to a restaurant bar.
Facts.
Have a good fucking meal. Sit down, get to talk with people, put your cell phones on the side, have a few drinks, go home, have some good loving, wake up and say, man, last night was amazing. We need to do this like 3-4 times a month.
Yep.
100.
You know, that's me and the wife, man. I'm telling you, we went to the VIP, the Forum. I don't know if you have one of these by you, Danny, but we have a theater here where the fucking seats recline. Where if you smoke too much weed, you miss the movie, you fall asleep. Happened to me a couple of times, I won't lie, and I snored shit, so everybody knew I was sleeping. And before the movie starts, you just throw up your hand like this, and the usher runs up to you with a menu. And you pick your burger, your tacos, your fucking margarita, your beer, your shots, and all that shit comes to you before the movie starts. While the movie's playing,
if it is, I don't know where it's at.
We do that once a month.
That's too comfortable for me, boy. Because I know me.
We do that once a month.
Shoot, I know.
Once a month, and me and the wife love it. But the sad thing is, the movies that we go and see suck. We
More or less,
Mission Impossible. What, they thought it was going to be more exciting because they make Tom Cruise run more?
Man,
what the fuck was that?
Man, I heard that movie was good.
Oh, no. They made it 3 hours. Anzo told me it sucked before I even saw it.
Wow.
Because he said,
no, I never seen it.
You said
it didn't do well.
So that means to me it sucks, right? And Danny, I've watched all of the Mission Impossibles. I like them movies. I like the cast in there. But you know they always make fun of fucking Tom Cruise running? You ever see the memes? They always show him like how he runs.
Yeah.
He runs maybe 6-7 times in this movie.
Wow.
And he never gets there on time. Like you don't know it? It's fucking every movie.
Man, that theater sound too comfortable because I know About the second, third time, I'll probably be sneaking in a pillow and a blanket.
Yeah, and especially if you decide to have a drink or two.
I ain't
Oh,
joking.
hands down.
Hey, can I bring in my CPAP?
So here's a question, because it says masculinity is threatening. What is masculinity to you guys?
I think, man, is when the man kind of, you don't be abusive, man, but you be assertive and authoritative. What's wrong? Definitely assertive, but not in a disrespectful way. Hey, we're gonna do this. Let's do that. Cause when you listen to a lot of women talk, they say they want somebody that's funny, somebody that got a little edge to them. They want somebody that can make a decision. Like I hate this with my wife. You hungry? Yeah. What you want to eat? What you want to eat? I just ask you what you want to eat. Wherever you want to go, I will go. Just pick a place. What you got in mind? And then by that third time, I'm not ready to like. If I could Spider-Man and web you to this wall, you get nothing to eat tonight. Kind of like wherever you want to go, Jeannie, you pick.
Facts.
I will get in the car and drive you there, and we will go and eat. It don't matter. But then when I say something, I don't want to go there. No.
Danny, this is every fucking man's tribulation. Right. What you're saying, you're giving me heart palpitations because I can say the same thing as you, word for word. And my wife is a fussy eater. That's even worse.
Oh my God.
She likes food. When she says a food has flavor, me and the kids look at each other. Yeah, it's bland. And if we have a food with flavor, oh my God, it's too hot. Oh my God, there's too much salt. Oh my God, there's too much. So, like, why are you leaving a restaurant up to me to choose if you have all these fucking conditions, man? I feel you, Danny. I feel you.
If I am giving you the opportunity, pick what you want. Because I'm not. It might be one, maybe two restaurants I ain't going to. But other than that, I can eat anything. But oh my God,
I get fucking mad when I hear that question. You want to?
Rick said it's why men die first. Facts.
You want to go to eat? Oh fuck! Here we go. Oh fuck!
You want to go where?
Where do you want to go, babe? Where do you want to go? Oh, here we fucking go. It turns into a fight. Wanted to go out to eat, man, because it's that same circle, Danny. It's like it's a reflex for them to do that shit, man.
But you know, this last Sunday, she said, "Where you want to go?" I said, "I want some hibachi." Okay. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "You said okay?" So when she said okay, I don't even change word. I get in the car, I crank it up, I head straight there. Because if you tarry around or hit that ball back in her court, you sure?
Facts.
Don't say that. If they say yeah, do not say are you sure? Because then the game gonna start back again.
You want to hear my result? Unless Anzo wants to say something.
No, you go first. I'll go.
I'll say let's go to Angelo's Pizza. Oh yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna eat. Fuck, not only that, the guilt trip after. Oh fuck, I ain't going to Angelo's then. Why not, babe? I just won't eat. Yeah, and you really think I'm gonna go there and eat, and then you're gonna call me fucking selfish for eating while you're hungry? This is chapter 2, babe. I learned from fucking chapter 1. Yeah. I'm not going there. She tried
to Jedi mind trick you just now.
That's a fucking test, Danny. I ain't failing them. Before I would say, oh yeah, you asked me where I wanted to eat. I told you. You didn't decide. That's your problem.
Yeah, you can't do that now, boy.
That's right. That's right. That's why we're doing the show, and I'm smiling, and I play golf, and all is good. Yeah, I've learned the slogan "Happy Wife, Happy Life." I'm putting it into play full time.
Facts.
The first 3 or 4 years, that'd been me, boy. What you say? You didn't want nothing? I mean, the kids get the car
right in her face.
She'll hear the doggone car cranking up.
Yeah. God. Yep. Because even last night, right? Well, the night before, I was like, fuck, they're coming, 50 Cent, I want to go. And I kept saying, I want to go. And I'm like, I don't know. So I woke up in the morning, I got to work, and I was like, fuck this, I want to go. So I messaged, I'm like, hey, do you want to go to 50 Cent? She's like, oh, well, if you want to go, let's go. And I was like, okay, fine, boom, I want to go. I bought tickets right away. You know what I mean? Like, there's no second guessing that, nothing like
If
that.
you say
No,
you sure,
like Daddy said,
oh,
none of that you're sure shit.
yeah,
Facts.
Don't
you
even
sure is a
fucking play
death.
that game.
Your sure is a death trap, boy. Cause you be
Facts.
well, maybe. Oh God, here we go again.
Well, you didn't give me much of a choice. Like, you didn't ask me if I wanted to go. You're like telling me we're going, and if you want to go, I'll go.
Yeah, right.
I
And
can
see, I
see
done
this
got
being
even
a
better,
fun.
Roberto. Like now, if I'm coming from work, I'm going by such and such. Do you want me to bring you something? It used to be back in the day, I would just bring it. We didn't say nothing. You know I'm coming home from work. What time I come from work every day. So if you want something, just call me. No. So now I'm already got it. Hey, I'm going to Arby's. You want something there? No, well, if you go by such and such, okay, I'll go. Because you're trying to keep that peace. And then there used to be 4 people in the house. Me, my 2 daughters. So we had to go to one daughter want one thing, the other daughter want another thing, my wife want another thing. So I got to go to 3 different locations to keep the house. Or I used to be, oh my God, boy, I used to be cussing going, I got to go to doggone Burger King. I got to go to doggone KFC and freaking McDonald's. Like they can't get something from the same daggone place. Oh boy, it's crazy.
And complicated orders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want the
But
hamburger
those
with
smartphones
no
back
ham.
then, it was fucking. You had no pen and paper. It's memory, and you know that shit's failure.
Oh my God.
But the thing about it is, though, after you do it, everybody's satisfied. You're fucking in peace, right? They're gonna leave you alone. But if you don't do it, and someone doesn't get one thing, it's like, oh, well, you got them that. Yeah.
And this would drive me crazy. So I want a biscuit with jelly. We got jelly at the house. Why do I gotta get jelly here if we got jelly at the house? Or why I gotta get ketchup on the burger or the mayonnaise? We got it here at the house. Just get the burger and go in it. Because my wife, it don't matter how salty something is, she's gonna take the bread off and she's gonna add more salt to it. I don't see how her blood pressure ain't 2 million. I'm like, Jeannie, the burger's already salty. The food's already salty. You put salt on it without even tasting it. I know it's not gonna be salty enough. Okay.
It is what it is, man. And I think we've all had that same experience, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you want to keep your relationship good and you want to, because these manosphere dads, they talk about all kinds of bullshit. And it's just like, I've never experienced shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the shit they talk about, no. Yeah. But you got to also know what type of woman you're dealing with at the same time as well, right? Yeah. You know?
I can tell you this: if you got a woman that really loves you, bro, you better hold on to that, cause man, they'll stick with you. When you sick, when I'm sick, my wife takes care of me. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I ain't gonna worry about if it's something that I need or want, and I'm sick, or if it's something like a birthday, if it's something within reason, she gonna get it. So
absolutely, and you have to reciprocate, right?
That's
you have
right.
to do the same thing. When she's sick, you got to do what you got to do to keep her comfortable as well. That's how you keep that relationship. You know what I mean? You can't be selfish, man.
But bro, I went on this cruise. And we went to this place that sell diamonds. That they're known for diamonds. And boy, by the time I saw what she was, and by that time I hadn't really got her real diamond act. I couldn't afford it. But I could afford it. And boy, when she picked up that diamond, I was sick for about 6 months, boy. Payments. But finally I paid it off, man. But she deserved it. But man, I didn't want to pay that. Ooh, I didn't want to pay that. So that price. I was like, damn.
It's hard, right? But at the end of the day, happy wife, happy life.
She happy. I ain't letting it look good on her finger. But dog, boy, I was fighting that thing, boy. I was like, dog, that could be a boat or something.
So that's what we have to say, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta. They make it seem like marriage is like, oh no, it's not worth it for men. I understand, because if the marriage breaks up, you get divorced, the woman gets the benefit of the doubt. She gets most of the stuff, she get half of your shit. So that part of it I understand, but they make it like, oh well, because of that, don't ever get married. And I tell you this, man, you don't want to die alone. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
don't. You don't.
I don't want to be an old man alone. And I don't think any man really wants to or even should be.
No, and then
So
when you got good news or bad news, you want somebody to share that with. Kind of like how
fact.
Tom Cruise said on Jerry Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had a great night that night, but he didn't have nobody to share a call with. Man, when I got promoted unexpectedly,
Mm-hmm.
pick up the phone and we
Facts.
laugh and cry together because they didn't
Facts.
see it coming. So man, them kind of things, man. And every night we get to see our grandchild when he FaceTime, we are happy. So, hey,
100%.
the pros definitely outweigh the cons.
Guaranteed, right? And there's always going to be ups and downs.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you got to freaking just deal with it, right? Because nothing's perfect.
Nope.
Nothing is perfect. You're going to fight, you're going to argue. But at the end of the day, the one person that's going to have your back more than anybody else is going to be that woman or man that you see.
And Roberto said it best, man. Your ego, man. You gotta lose some of that ego. When you first get married, that ego is at full strength. But you know whether or not your wife doing right by you, and you know whether or not you doing right by your wife. And if she's doing right by you, man, you gotta reciprocate that.
I think that's the case with majority of the men because we don't really know what marriage is, We just look at it as we made a commitment in front of our family and we got to stay true to that, But this is your partner. More so when there's kids involved, you realize that this is your true partner and you hope to God that you get along with them because, there's so many single couples out there that have kids and those kids go through shit that kids really shouldn't go through, The mom has several boyfriends and they all fail, and the dad has several girlfriends and he's not really serious. And what kind of future are you leading for these kids relationship wise?
Yeah.
Or when you're talking to the kids, you're disrespecting the other's parent. You know what I mean? Oh, your father eating shit. You know what I mean? Oh, your mom's a fucking hoe and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's some really fucked up shit. But on a more normal level, I never fathom seeing my father with another woman or my mom with another man. Never. Like, I think I would stick knives in people if they even suggested that. So for that to happen, because divorce didn't exist when I was growing up.
Yep. My parents.
There was hard. I didn't even know what a single parent was because all of the kids in my hood, they had parents.
Yep. My parents still together, still living.
You have parents. You know, everybody had parents.
Yeah,
you know when I realized divorce? When Craig and Michael, my uncle Win and Grace split up. That's the first time I witnessed divorce. Period. And that how late was that in life?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now,
my parents were together. You know what I mean? My dad passed away, my mom passed away, but they passed away married together. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you felt they were in love.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what partners.
I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the thing too, that I think like a lot of kids growing up don't have that now. So it kind of breeds kind of like, oh, well, I don't have to be, married or whatever like that. I think it's very important to be able to see that kind of a loving relationship with your parents, man, because that's where it builds, you know what I mean? So
there's back in the day too, man. Like you got a girl pregnant back then, you kind of almost forced to get married. Now you don't have that now, and a lot of people are saying just because you get someone pregnant, that don't mean you got to marry them. So the times are changing and the thought processes are changing, and that's why we're seeing a lot of single parents, single mothers in particular.
Absolutely,
because they don't have that reinforcement from society as a whole. They got weaker and lazier, and Morals were done slept down.
I think
Absolutely.
the question that should be more posed, if anything, is is marriage a myth in the black community? Because I know so many of my friends that are considered married are all common law. They didn't
Hmm.
actually go in front of a priest and
Hmm.
or a judge, you know, and
Hmm.
they're all black.
I think
Hmm.
society has scared maybe the black community, maybe people as a whole, because they see all these and hear all these nightmares that I work hard for whatever I earn, and then just because you don't make it, she or he gets half, and that's scary
Hmm.
to some people, and they're just not going to risk that.
100%. And but that's the thing though. That is the one thing that is killing the black family, right? Because now you're thinking, well, maybe instead of thinking a good life you could have, you're thinking about, well, you know what? You've been with this woman for fucking 10 years. You know what I mean? Then you get married and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're getting divorced because she's taking your stuff. You know what I mean? She wants to take your stuff. Like, it just, it doesn't make sense.
But
My
You know what I
does
beef
mean?
it
is the
does
equality thing, right?
does it make
Um,
you be more of a? How do you feel if your daughter, if you had a daughter, had to sign a prenup to somebody? Would that make you feel some kind of way about that man, or should a woman feel some kind of way if her potential husband asked her to sign a prenup?
Absolutely not.
it wouldn't bother me because I grew up knowing about prenup. Now people take offense to it. It's listen, more times than not, it's family inflicted prenups.
But sometimes that's deal breakers. You don't love me, and
Hmm.
So
so I
what
mean,
are you chasing my money, babe? Is it
yeah.
because I'm making you sign and you can't get my money is making you feel that way? Don't worry. I'm not leaving you. You're safe as long as you're my wife. Because you
Hmm.
see, Danny, the problem is a man is expected to take care of a woman, right? But if a woman wants equal rights and earn the same salary, there's chances are that a woman now could earn more than the man. Would the woman
Hmm.
do the same for the man?
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, I'm
Most
just this
times,
is a question I'm posing because
yeah.
what I think no.
And I
Because
got two
somehow some
examples of where the woman is getting slammed. Mary J. Blige's husband is raping her. Well, he was at one time. I don't know whether she could have straight.
Hmm.
And then Kelly Underwood, not Underwood, Kelly Clark.
Clarkson,
Clarkson,
Her
yeah.
husband is woof. So we're seeing it. Not as it's not as prevalent as it is with the male getting hammered by the female, but there are examples out there. So I mean, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like if it's good for the goose, good for the gander. I know a lot of women feel. I've heard a lot of women feel some kind of way when they're posed with that prenuptial. And I think if you're in a certain category, say I'm just using as an example, Steph Curry or Michael Jordan or something, because I think his first wife got like half of his money, and now he
Hmm.
married a younger woman, and he's worth even more now. I think Michael Jordan's worth close to $2 billion. So is it fair that that woman that he met when he was already heir Michael Jordan, they decided to break up, that she gets $1 billion? I don't think that's fair.
you're
It's not.
safeguarding your earnings. That's what I call it. Safeguarding your earnings. If you have bad intentions, then you will feel insulted by this prenup. If you're here for me, whether I'm rich or not, this prenup should not fucking bother you. Love
Facts.
me for me,
100%.
not my
Yeah,
money. That's how
yeah,
I see it, Danny. And maybe
yeah,
not everyone sees it that way. That's why I
And
don't feel bad about a prenup.
yeah.
and chill, he's right. Steven Jackson left his wife at the altar because she didn't sign one. That
He
is
obviously
absolutely
felt that
correct.
she was paper chasing.
You talking about for
Hmm.
the San Antonio Spurs,
Yeah.
Steven
Well,
Jackson?
yeah. Yeah, he left her at the altar. She didn't want to sign the papers. And I remember he did a whole TikTok, or I don't think it was TikTok or whatever, a live streamer talking about and explaining that, like, listen, she didn't want to sign it and stuff like that. But yeah, Rick, we are talking about two different worlds. You know what I mean? It's a different time. Things are different. But the one thing that will always remain the same is women will always be women, right? You know what I mean? They may change and everything like that, but it comes down to, if you're charming, obviously you have to have, look attracted to them, but you can make a woman laugh. You look like you have some kind of potential in your life, you know what I mean? You'll be able to talk to women. But at the same time, there are women out there that will just, care about themselves. So it is what it is. But we dropping some knowledge. The two married man over here trying to tell people how to get married and stay. You know what I mean?
Well,
Married.
look, it has a stigma that it's ball and chain, it's all rough, because that's all men really talk about. We're not like women, and we're gonna talk about the good stuff in our life, like I just got my nails did and my hair done, and we don't do that. We're gonna talk about, oh, my balls got busted yesterday. I wanted to do this, and she said no. That's more man talk, but I could tell you, I am a much better man because of that woman.
Facts.
I could tell you that. God is my witness. She has showed me stuff. She has humbled me. She has nurtured me. She is amazing with my kids. I thank God that she came back in my life, man.
And I can contest to that because Roberto used to be a dick, guys.
I'll let Nzo have his fun ruining my rep. If I was a dick, why do so many people like me? I want to say love. They like me. I'm a dick to those people who deserved it. If you were a good person, I had your back, man. I made some friends.
Yeah, for sure.
I was always a defender of the underdog. To this day, I'm the underdog lover. I just feel that they're the most. They have the biggest hearts, and they're the most walked upon.
So let me just say this, because Roberto has been there for me many times, helped me out. You know what I mean? Hooked me up with jobs and stuff when he's working at places. But let's be real here, and you guys tell me to just not sound like a dick move. Hey, Anzo, go to Burger King for me. Nah, man, I ain't going to Burger King. Get out.
How old were we, Anzo? How old were we? Make it sound like it was fucking 2 years ago.
Y'all sharing an apartment or something?
Anzo was like 8, 9 years old. Okay,
a little bit more older than that.
So thank you. I said that on purpose so you can really throw out the real age.
That sound like a Martin episode there, boy.
Tell me when you were growing up, there wasn't that guy in the block who just pimped everybody.
I never said it wasn't. I never said it was recent.
I never said pick up something for yourself.
I never.
See how fast you answered that, Daddy?
Never. And the worst part about it, Danny, I was never at the house to see him. I was hanging with his brother, right? So Roberto would be locked up in his room. First off, he would have his brother's game system and everything in the room. Don't ask me why, right? So we'd have to sneak in the room to. Yeah, that's true. He had the TV in his room, but we'd have to sneak in the room when he's not there to get it, right? Roberto would come in, and we'd be all chilling, having fun, and we'd hear the key and the door, and everybody would just stop and look like fucking raccoons. Shit, Roberto's coming, right? And we leave the room, right? Usually we get caught in there, and he would open up the room door, and Roberto never smiled, right? Never smiled. I think the only time I see Roberto smile is when I actually started working with him for the first time. But he never smiled. You walk in the room, you just see his screw face. Wouldn't say a word. We'd bounce, right? So we go to the living room, we watching TV, whatever. Give about an hour. Roberto would come in, and Roberto wasn't like, oh, which one? He would pick, right? There would be me, his two cousins, his brother, right? And he would just come in the living room and be like, Anzo, go Burger King for me, right? It felt like asking me that day.
You know how far Burger King was, Daddy? Burger King was at the end of the block.
Wow.
You make it sound like I made him walk fucking 10 miles. Shit was just down the street. not even 200 yards from the building. And I know there was times because, I didn't have a job and shit. I only had like fucking $5. So I would have bought them shit, but my shit cost $5.
But he said, you said no. He said, get out.
And I ain't here to see Roberto. You know what I mean? I'm brother. But no, get out of my house. And the brother couldn't say shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess we going outside to hang, guys.
It was more, it was kind of like payback because I had a really rough upbringing with my older brother. So I just felt like I should fucking return the favor. And it'll be a generational thing,
That's funny.
Absolutely. But again, like I said,
that's what family is.
Yeah, 100%. Because what my son's mother she was pregnant at the time. I remember I was looking for a job, and he got his brother into a spot. And he was like, yeah, come over here. So I went over there, I got the job, and you know what I mean? And that was the first time I ever seen Roberto smile in that place. Roberto
look at this man today, Danny. Racking up Jordans and Jordans and Jordans. I helped this guy turn him into a monster. Linked up again many years later. See, he's balling in a room. He's the man. Fucking leaves when he wants and shit. Nzo's come a long way, yo. Nzo's come a long way. And it was all that prepping. All that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
From going to Burger King right to getting him a job. It was all prepping. He learned how to say no. He learned how to be efficient. He learned how to do his job and not fucking overwork or underwork. He always was fucking... never reprimanded, always getting accolades for his work and shit. He just did right.
Yep.
And I also knew that saying no would mean consequences. I learned that from him. Right?
Yeah, but Nzo, in all honesty, their fucking lessons learned. It was all true love. Maybe the Burger King thing was just a little bit of bullyism, but I didn't drop punches on you till you didn't feel your fucking arm. That's what I used to get.
No.
Come over here. Whap, 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 whap. Or your friends, you come home with your friends and your brother's chilling there, and all of a sudden they just start chasing you. So you run. And when they catch you, they tie you upside down in a fucking tree and leave you there.
Wow.
That's the shit I used to go through. BB guns shooting at us in the fucking in the alleyway.
Wow.
From the window. We're playing ball hockey across the street, Danny. We're about to shoot. We hear ping, ping. What the fuck is that? We turn around. I see my older brother leaning out the bathroom window with his fucking BB gun.
Wow. Boy,
that's the kind of shit that I went through.
He was the devil.
Yeah, he was. He was. He still is.
He still fucking is, to be honest with you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I'll just say that. But
synchronized fucking testimony.
But with all that being said, all right, we were working at a spot, and I remember I was fucking around with two other dudes. We were just sitting at our desk. We were chilling. We were laughing, joking, not doing anything. Roberto called all three of us in the office, and he was like, yo, if the bosses came to me today and told me to get rid of someone, it would have to be one of you three. And I was like, shit, okay. And I was never in that office again, right? One day, we in the office, and Roberto calls a meeting. And in the meeting, he's like, yeah, we're going to do a meeting, blah, blah, blah. And he's talking about who the top performer was in the office for, I think it was the month, right? And he never did this before. Never. I knew it was me. I knew he did it because it was me. So Roberto said, and number one with the SPH, blah, 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 blah. And he called my name. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, that was cool. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact that he did that because I was the number one in that office. And stuff like that did give me the confidence to be able to do the stuff that I do now. So I always respect you for that, Roberto.
Said your family. And if I can motivate you and get you to the next spot, I do what I could do, man, because I never saw myself working in an office. Never saw myself. And I just said, if I ever get there, I'm going to lead the way. There was one guy that I got, I can't remember his name. He worked with us at Saitel. And I was in this building on Vendome, the Air Canada building. Mm-hmm. And I see this guy. He looks familiar, He calls out my full fucking name. I'm like, holy fuck. I must know him. It can't be a fucking fluke. He got my whole name. I'm like, yo, what's good, yo? That works amongst blacks. I don't know how you white people pull that off when you don't know someone's name. But with us, you just say, yo, what's good? And names are forgotten, right? So we're talking. He goes, at Saitel, you were an inspiration to me. I go, really? I thought I was fucked up with you, man. Because, we were on some rough campaigns and they were, you know how they were there on. So it's like, it's never really you. It's the upper management. They treat everybody like garbage. You're replaceable.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, he goes, I was inspired that you showed that a black man, because I think me and Gary were the only black guys that got promoted in this company. And he saw that a black guy could actually make it to that level. And I was like, oh, fuck, I'm glad I could do something. He goes, because of that, man, I fucking took my school serious. Now I work for a diamond company. I travel the world. I'm like, holy fuck. Hook a brother up now, man. Did I get you started? We started laughing and shit. I didn't get no fucking hookup. But anyways, I never thought that I could have that kind of effect on somebody. And to actually hear it from somebody, man, that's a Kodak moment, man.
You never can tell how you influence somebody
unless they tell you.
Absolutely,
100%. And it's fucking really touching. Even what Nzo just said now. Even though he dragged me through mud, grass, nails, broken glass. Even though he dragged me through all of that, the end result is he made me feel good about I did something influential in his life.
Yeah, I still tell everybody to this day you're one of the best supervisors I ever had.
But just shorten that story, please. Let me get some credibility.
Hey, it's the same thing,
The badness far outweighs the fucking glory, Remember that shit, because it's like an hour and 30 minutes of the show.
This YouTube shit, I was motivated by Donnie, you know what I mean? And I'll never forget, we were supposed to come on the show, he couldn't make it. And I was like, this guy, he just didn't want me to come on. So I kept refreshing his YouTube page to see if the stream was gonna start. You know what I mean? I just kept refreshing and then he didn't do it. But the next week he's like, yo, come on. And this is what it's always been, you know what I mean? So he motivated me to do it. I used to watch him and Terrence all the time. And, you're sitting there watching the YouTube channel, they talking, and I'm having the conversation home, not online. But I'm like, yeah, that's true. But do you remember? And I'm like, oh, shit, you know what I mean? They can't hear me, So I always appreciate that.
Look how you and I don't know if everybody knows the story, but how you and I linked up by you sending the text to the wrong person. That's how this show came to be. It's so fucking funny how wicks are lit, but that was it. And through that wick being lit, the explosion was I met Danny, and we did a sports show. And I adore sports. Sports is my bloodline. And
you're gonna do it again this year. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, and I'm playing, because even now I'm playing less hockey. I don't see reasons for me to have the hiccups I had. I mean, COVID fucked up everything,
Yeah. It did.
And then we had all that shit happening with the sports itself. So, I'm really looking forward to doing this fresh again, especially since we're all in the same fantasy. So we have even more spice to share on the shit, And this time it's for money, so it's going to be some real trash talk, Danny.
Yes, sir.
I came in second again.
Who won last year?
Danny, Nzo.
It was what's his face? What?
Was it Quentin?
The other dude.
Quentin. Was it Quentin? Wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was Quentin. No, it was
I don't know.
It was that guy. I am something. He won.
Okay.
He won. But I was gonna say this, and I'll say this now. I told Roberto, I cannot fucking wait for Square One so that I could rip your fucking Popovich started the fucking load management shit. I can't wait for this. I can't wait. I did my research. I pulled it out. No, he did not.
Who started it?
Huh?
Who started it?
They claim he started it, but he didn't because
he co-signed on it. He maybe didn't start it, but damn if he didn't co-sign on it.
You know how many games Tim Duncan played in his last couple of seasons?
Couldn't tell you.
77. How is that load management when Tim Duncan, the only time he didn't play more than 70 games was when he was injured? How is that load management?
How many did what's first play? Probably about 27. Parker played 27. Ginobili played 37, and Kawhi Leonard might have played 7.
I think it started with Kawhi. That's where I think it started. I didn't really notice that whole load management till Kawhi.
Here's the thing, and we'll close it up in a second, but I'll just say this. Here's the thing, right? Now, Popovich did take Tim Duncan and Ginobili and them out of a couple of games, right? Because it was back to back or whatever. But it was never like they played less than 78 games, right? The only time they played less than those games was when they were injured. But because he did that the one or two times, it's like, oh, he's load management. But when you look at these guys today, you have fucking LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, all these guys missing 20 games a season, if that, because of load management.
Yeah.
Tim probably never did that.
I don't think back in that day they had back-to-back games like they get them now.
Not as
they got back-to-back games now so much because they got to share the stadiums with other people. So that's how they. I don't think back like in the 80s and 90s it was on them back-to-back games. I know it wasn't. It was like every other night, or maybe some nights it was like 2 nights, especially
80s and 90s. But once the 2000s hit, that's when they started to get a lot of back-to-back games. Because I remember one year the Spurs were that year that they sat Duncan and them out, they were complaining of that because they had the most back-to-backs out of all the teams that year.
Wow.
Right? And Tim Duncan and Ginobili and them, they were old. So that's why he did it, right? But people make it seem like he just let them sit out like 20 games in a season to load manage them, and he never did that. Tim Duncan's last season, he played 77 games. You know, so. But with that being said, guys, we'll get more into that.
I guess he couldn't wait till square one. He was waiting, Daddy. He couldn't wait.
You know what it was, though?
My energy level is down now. I can't even fire back.
It's okay. You know what it was? It was that fucking Colin Cowherd guy. I watched one of his videos where he was talking about that because he was talking about the new rookie that Spurs. I was like, oh, the Spurs are going to sit him and make him play like 50 games. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? They never did that to anybody. So that's when I went and did my research. And I was
Colin Cowherd? I don't like
Cowherd, yeah. Neither do I. It's garbage. 100%. But with that being said, Donnie, shout out your channel. Let the people know where they can find you, sir.
Danny K. Comment Chat. You can find me Monday nights on Chaos Central channel along with Nzo, Chris Knight. Wednesday nights, I try to do a show and hang out and come on here whenever I can. Sunday nights, you can find me on Storms Live at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Monday through Friday, I do what I call my encouragement series. And tomorrow's word is favored.
Nice. Make sure to check that out, guys. Donnie's always doing some good jobs with his encouragement series, man. And the fire videos. Roberto.
Wednesday nights here, yo. 9 o'clock. And as I stated, I am still contemplating doing a podcast, but I got to figure out all the backings of it.
Yeah, where you going to do what's the show you used to have?
Danny, it's just too time consuming, man. I think a podcast is more feasible than time, and I don't have to fucking pay StreamYard to put my shit up, you know?
What is your slowest day? You have more time to do during the week.
I'll know come August 25th when I'm back at work.
Yeah, because like on Sundays, I film all my shows for the week.
Mm-hmm. Sundays come September, NFL is all I need.
Yeah.
Now I got this box. I got every fucking game. I can't wait.
You have an Android box?
Yes.
I got a box too, but some of those games I don't want to watch, like the Cleveland Browns playing Seattle Seahawks. I don't want to see that.
No, I just want to know I have them, Danny. I'm not watching them either.
Yeah,
I just want to know I have access to them, not like what I had 3 channels. One of them is fucking New England against the Jets. The other one is Jacksonville against fucking. Oh man!
You want your game playing, but they're playing this other inferior game that you don't want to see.
Yes, I gotta watch the ticket on the bottom.
Yeah, that's torture.
Yeah, I hate that shit. Right? That's why when I remember the first time I got it, man. Me and my boy, every Sunday we would just get together and watch football, man, because we could watch every single game, pick which one we want to watch. It's like, okay, we're watching the Steelers, either they're getting beat or they're beating someone. It's a blowout. Let's move to this game, and you can switch out. Because even some of those games that you may not want to watch, they could be exciting at certain points.
Sometimes they can be good, especially when they get close to the playoff time.
Yeah, for sure. So that's good, man. All right, guys. So I do appreciate everyone that came in. I am Bigger Ford Entertainment. We will be back next week with another episode. Like I said, the Busta Rhymes video will be downloading soon or uploading, so you guys can check that out. It was a great concert. You guys can see how he did it. But with that being said, we are out. Peace.
Sorry, guys.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me close, safe and sound. Drowning in an endless sea. Take some time and stay with me. In the strength of your arms, keep me safe, safe and sound. Lift me up, hold me down, keep me safe,
Not me.
safe and sound.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.